It is 4 o'clock on the 25th, 4 p.m. This is my famous secret parking spot off of my secret route from 44 down to Fort Smith area. This highway is Highway H. And I just jaunt on down there and get on 37 and head on down. It doesn't save time, but it saves miles. So, and there is this dirt parking lot here at the corner where Taco Bell is, and there's when we go to the other side, you'll see that my head isn't working correctly because I think I pulled a muscle in the shower this morning. That's what happens when you get really old. I've stayed the night at this location a few times. It works out great because you can't beat Taco Bell, at least in my opinion. I have got some issues with my load, but not serious issues, just cosmetic. This rip has opened up. As you can see, it was previously repaired, and driving down the highway has caused the patch job to open up, so I'm gonna have to repair that. This is what I like to call an older tarp. If you can see there, you can see where the vinyl coating of the fabric is starting to wear off because it is so well used, or in other words, old. You can see other patch jobs that have taken place trying to keep this tarp in longevity, but this one, it could be due to the large size of this particular tear. I just picked up this trailer 2 days ago, did a load swap, so wasn't sure on what kind of condition the tarps were going to be that I was receiving. Oh, what am I carrying? Coils, 7 of them. But they're covered up, so as you can tell, they have a canvas tarp underneath to help protect the edges of that pristine vinyl tarp, keeping it safe from being torn. I think the gist of my video today is about this particular unit. It is slightly different than my last one, my Sirius XM radio. It does not have a pause button. I can't rewind or fast forward through saved content, so it's hard for me to, you could probably see it better than I can through my phone. I'm assuming it's the light in the background is affecting it. Here's the story. I called Sirius XM radio and let them know that I was not enjoying my product because it was my second radio and it was starting to have antenna connection issues, in which I had replaced previously my first radio with the second one of the same make and model, which was the Onyx Plus, is what I think it was, which had that capability to pause, rewind, and fast forward. I feel like I'm looking down because my neck is so sore. So I called and let them know I wanted to cancel my service. I didn't really want to, but I was willing to, in order to get some better customer service. So I called to cancel, expecting maybe they were going to cancel my service, and I can live with that because everything that I get on this radio, I can also get on my cell phone in a sense, but cell phone reception can get iffy in some spots, whereas satellite radio, it works for me everywhere when the radio's working. So anyway, I called, let them know I wanted to cancel, and they're like, oh, why is that? if you don't mind me asking. I says, well, I've got this radio. It's my second one that I paid for. And it's starting to have the same issues my first one did. And it's just not worth it to me to continue to pay this outrageous fee to have a radio that doesn't work and have to constantly replace them. And their answer was, oh, well, we can fix that. I can send you a new radio for free. And I said, oh, well, that's nice. But it's still not worth it to me because last time I had to pay a reconnection fee to get a working radio switched over to the new radio. I had to pay $15. And that was maybe naive of me, not knowing. But as I learn, I progress, and then I call and say I want to cancel my service. So in addition to getting the free radio, they also canceled the $15 transition fee, which I think is kind of ridiculous. And I said, well, that's nice, but I pay the typical Sirius XM fees for listening are $15 a month, and you get all the programming. And I let them know, well, it's still just too much for me. For the amount I'm paying every month, if you look, think about it, it's like, wow, that's a lot of money every year. And I said, yeah, it's not worth it to me. And they says, well, this is what we could do for you. If you want, we can lower it down to where you're just paying $99 a year. And I says, that I appreciate that, but that's not worth it for me. And they says, well, I want to make sure I'm telling you all the deals that you can get. So here's one. We can lower it down to where you're paying $5 a month. And I'm like, okay, I'll go with the $5 a month plan. So I don't know how far this would have gone. If I ever no longer need this, I'm going to cancel it for sure, because I won't need it. Or want it, I guess I should say. I don't need it, I want it. And if it ever comes, I guess I'll find out at someday that how low they'll actually go, because there's going to come a point where I'm going to cancel and keep having to reiterate that I want to cancel while they go through all the downgrades in price and equipment and freebies that they may insist on giving me in order to maintain or retain me as a customer. So if you have Sirius XM radio, if you feel like you're paying too much, don't, at least in my experience, I'm seeing that they're willing to give you a better deal in order to retain you as a customer. And also give you a new radio, because that's the way it should be. Why would you provide a service with an inferior product that is made for traveling down the road, yet consistently, from what my research on the internet showed, is that it consistently has issues of losing connection, and it seems to be an issue with the radios themselves connecting to the base that they mount to. So you have these inferior products that have a known defect, and to sell them to people at very high price, based on the technology that's in there, I'm assuming it costs less than $10 in parts to make this device. And they're selling it for $70 to $80, and then you have to pay a subscription fee on top of that, and possibly a connecting fee. So they're getting you in every direction they can. So that was my experience recently. But now I've got a new radio, hooks up to my exterior antenna fine, works great, gets all the channels that I previously had, and at a heavily reduced price. And maybe someday it'll be even more reduced. We'll see. Yeah, that's it for today. I'm traveling to the Fort Smith area, and most likely I'll end up at the Fort Smith yard picking up steel, is my guess. And we'll go from there.